Assalamu alaikum and welcome to another episode of QG Diaries, a program on Quranology Television, QGTV. Today marks day 24 of Ramadan 2015, so we have less than a week or maybe a week to go before Eid. And we still have a number of questions which we have not tackled yet. And today's question is, what is doing good as per Quran? What's doing good? Quran is, as I said a number of times, it is a book with a highly complex vocabulary. So even in terms of doing good, it has at least three pairs which I know of. One is ihsan and sayya. Another one is khair. Khair is also to do good. I'm not quite sure. I think it has another. It has a pair, dhunub or dhanb, or ithm. Then there is sulh or islah and fasad. So at least we have three distinct pairs, and maybe there are more. But today we will focus on ihsan. What does it mean to do ihsan? So the word ihsan is etymologically connected with the word husna. And for those of you who know, Allah's names are called Asma ul Husna. Al Asma ul Husna. So husna, ihsan. Husna, ihsan. They are actually the same word in different forms. So what are Allah's Asma ul Husna? These are His essences. Words used to describe His actions and behavior and characteristics. So when we understand Allah's Asma, we will understand the nature of doing good, which is ihsan. And there are a number of principles which you can call almost like, if you know yin yang from the Taoist tradition, well, Allah's names have their yang as well as their yin. I consider the yang aspect to be under the name Rahman, whereas the yin aspect to be under the name Rahim. But that is very simplistic. That's just very primitive categorization on my part. Masculine or yang names are names like Al-Jabbar, Sari'ul Hisab, Al-Aziz, Al-Hakim, for example. So these names, if you look at how they're used in Quran, they are to demonstrate Allah's might and power. Whereas there are names which are yin names, which describe Allah's softer, more feminine aspects. Obviously, I'm not using it in a sexist way here. I'm just trying to show the balance. And these names will be like Ar-Ra'uf, for example, which is, he is soft towards certain things. You see, or Al-Wadud, the one who makes attachment. You see, so there are names which describe Allah's might and power, and there are names which describe His softer, more nurturing aspects. So if these are His Asma'ul Husna, again, Husna, what is it to do ihsan? Well, ihsan means to bring about this Asma'ul Husna into the world. So if Allah is Ar-Rahim, or what we translate as the merciful, I'm not quite sold on that. I prefer the softer aspect of the divine womb. Rahim is womb. So we need to produce the same kind of characteristics in society in order to replicate that Asma. That ism is singular for Asma. So how do we do, what's the relationship of doing ihsan in Quran to a most major concept? The concept which I see is ibadah, or worship, as it were. If you look at chapter 2 verse 83, chapter 4 verse 36, chapter 6 verse 151, and chapter 17 verse 23. So 4 times this is mentioned. Allah says, will you not worship except me and do ihsan? So Allah is telling you to do ihsan, to do good towards the parents, for example, the people who are traveling, the people who are stagnant, the people who are solitary, they don't have anyone else, the yatim. So Allah is telling you basically to do good in terms of bringing about His Asma into the world. And very interestingly, if you look at the only ayah which talks about the sibghah of Allah, sibghatullah, or the baptism of Allah, that's chapter 2, verse 138. If you look at this verse, it says, who is better to give sibghah than Allah? So Allah is literally coloring you with His asma, or His names. And at the end, it says, وَنَحْنُ لَهُ عَابِدِينَ, and to Him we worship. So the worship of Allah is actually to take on these colors of the Asma'ul Husna and to bring them about in the world. That these names are balanced, absolutely balanced. You have the yin and you have the yang. So I'm afraid that's all the time we have for today. Inshallah, we will see each other again on day 25 of Ramadan 2015. Bye.